The government says this budget will help 75,000 young Australians to get into their first home. By restricting negative gearing to new build only, investors will now prefer new properties. Developer will build more, supply goes up, prices come down, first home buyers going to win. It sounds very logical, but except it's not working that way. What is going to actually happen? Investors are rushing to buy land and build new houses, not to live in them because negative gearing still applies to new builds. They get the tax benefit, the government gets the housing supply. So, what happens to land prices? They go up because suddenly 50,000 investors are competing with first home buyer for the same land. And who is going to lose? The very first home buyer trying to build their first house on their own budget. They are now bidding against investors who have negative gearing as a cushion. The government announced 2 billion infrastructure package to support housing, but if land prices are rising 15 to 20% because of investor competition, that 2 billion does not move the needle very much. Here is the real issue. The budget assumes negative gearing changes will cool investor demand for established properties and shift them to new build. What it actually does is shift investor demand from established to new properties. The investor does not disappear, they just move. And the first home buyer still cannot compete with 50,000 investors. The 75,000 new homes target is real, the infrastructure spend is real, but assumption that removing negative gearing from established properties will magically make housing affordable, I don't think so. That's the budget blind spot, I believe.